the most important number in our industry for representatives to understand, or citizens that are voting on elected officials to understand, is how much energy is available globally that on an annual basis, how much is generated. And we know that number. British Petroleum, Exxon, they all put out how much energy is available globally every year. And that number is approximately 160,000 terawatt hours of energy is available on an annualized basis every year, right around that number, 160,000 terawatt hours. The World Economic Forum and Newsweek in 2017 both came out coincidentally with articles that said the same thing. They said this. They said the Bitcoin global network is so bad for the planet, we need to shut it down right now. If it's not shut down in 3 years, by 2020, in 2020, the Bitcoin global network will consume, and they literally said this, all of the world's energy, all of it. And so that's insane. And if you read that, and the World Economic Forum is somebody that you trust and they have a big footprint globally, you're like, wow, that's terrible. And Newsweek has a big audience too. And then 1,000 other papers and websites picked up this information. They all ran with it. I was building our first facility in North Carolina, and I had to respond to this in 2017. And so I've been talking about the energy footprint for a long time. And what people didn't understand was how much energy there is globally, and then how much energy the network uses. Well, I just told you how much energy is generated globally that's available for humans to use. I just told you the World Economic Forum said the Bitcoin network would use all of it by 2020, which was 2 years ago. Obviously, that's wrong, right? Because we're using energy right now. The Bitcoin network didn't, create an Armageddon scenario on the planet. But how close were they? Was the World Economic Forum and was Newsweek, were they close in predicting how much energy would be used by this network? Well, the answer to how much energy this network uses is easy to find out because of the hash rate and the equipment and the players in the space. And so we know, even the detractors of this industry know today approximately how much energy this network using, and it's somewhere around 250 terawatt hours of energy a year. Of the 160,000 terawatt hours of energy that's generated every year, it's a fraction of a percent of the global energy generation. That makes Newsweek and the World Economic Forum in 2022, 2 years after they said we would be using all of the energy, over 99% wrong. Over 99% wrong. And so the representatives that I talk to, they don't know this. They think the World Economic Forum's predictions are accurate, and we're using a massive amount of energy when, and you could look up, and you mentioned the Bitcoin Mining Council, we put out quarterly results of how much energy is generated globally and how much energy is used by this network. That's our most important metric. And we use 16 basis points of the world's energy. That's 16 100ths of a percent of the world's energy is used by this network. And so when representatives hear that, it changes the conversation, because most of them, 99%, are rational human beings. And so when they understand that they've been fed misinformation, it makes their knowledge of the industry better. It makes their decision-making process more accurate. It allows them to then talk to their constituents and other representatives and legislators in a much more reasonable manner. I could either do that, or I could tell them to go fuck themselves. And I choose to educate them.